What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and today we're going to be talking about Instagram. Instagram has recently become one of my favorite social media platforms, and I don't claim to be an Instagram expert as such, but there's a few things that I've picked up while growing that will hopefully help you to grow too. So let's get straight to it. My first tip is quality. Post quality visual content. Now the key word there is visual. A lot of people seem to forget that Instagram is an image sharing platform. Yes, you can also share videos and things, and when your followers are going through endless feeds of images, you want to really stand out there, and the way you do that is with high quality visual content. I see so many people posting a very blurry picture of their lunch, maybe something that they've quickly snapped while they're in their car, or maybe a screenshot of their status. All of these things don't really help you get engagement on Instagram. You want to really get engagement on Instagram. Your followers, if they like your content and they comment on it, the algorithm is going to show them more of your content when you post it, and it's also going to show your content to their friends and followers and hopefully help you increase your audience. So really aim to get some really nice images that you can share on Instagram, and spend a bit more time when you're taking your images. Don't just take the first shot and share that straight away. Maybe spend some more time, take multiple shots and pick the best one. I'll give you a recent example. I was working with Qualcomm around their Snapdragon 845, which is an amazing chip, but the challenge was, how can we make this look visually appealing for Instagram? So initially I took a shot which looked okay, but I wasn't completely happy with it, so I spent some more time getting multiple shots, and I finally got a really nice shot which worked really well and was one of their most liked images on Instagram. So that worked out really well. Once again, if I had just gone with the first image that I took, it may not have got as much engagement as the final image did. Now let's move on to my next point, and that is don't post too much. Honestly, it seems really simple, but I see so many people doing this, posting image after image after image, thinking that it's Twitter or something. And this is a really good way to make you lose followers if that's what you want to do. I personally unfollow lots of people who keep posting lots and lots of images and just completely spam your timeline. You don't want to be one of those guys. If you want to post updates from your day and things like that, that's what your stories are for. Use your stories for that. Don't use your timeline for that. Now you can try this for yourself if you don't want to take my word for it. Try posting maybe 3 to 5 images in a row on your timeline, and I guarantee you your first image or your last image is not going to get anywhere near as much engagement as your post normally would do. So how often should you be posting on Instagram? Well, I'd stick to a maximum of 1 a day. Sometimes you can do multiple if there is a trending topic or something, maybe 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening or something like that. But generally speaking, I tend to stick to 1 a day max, sometimes less, maybe a few days as well. It is more important to have quality rather than quantity, and I know this is something that I keep saying, but it's very, very important. Now, some of you guys may be saying, hey, you can actually post things in an album, and that's absolutely fine. I think you can post up to 10 images in an album, and if you do have lots of images that you want to share, yes, you can use an album. But my next tip is something that I definitely bear in mind before doing that, and that is have a bank of images that you can post whenever needed. Now, fair enough, you might have 10 very good quality images and you may post them all together in an album, which is nice, but those to me are 10 quality posts which you could have used across maybe a couple of weeks. Now, you might not always have high quality content to post regularly. Unless you live in California, then you just look outside and it looks beautiful. But generally speaking, it's nice to have that bank of content that you can always go to if maybe you've not posted in a few days and you want to just put something engaging out there. Now, the best way I find to do this is to favorite things on your smartphone to use later. This is a feature that's available on Samsung phones as well as iPhones, and I'm sure lots of other phones as well. You can just go into your gallery and you can just go ahead and hit that heart button, and that's going to put your favorites into a different album, and that can be your bank of images that you can always go to whenever needed. Now let's move on to my fourth point, and that is post content when most of your followers are online. You guys must have heard those sayings. I don't know how they go, but I mean, like something like, if you scream in a desert, who's going to hear you because there's nobody there? In the same way, if you post something when none of your followers are online, then they're not going to see it. You're not going to get that initial engagement, which is going to help boost your image and hopefully get it on the explore page. So how can you know when most of your followers are online? Well, this is very simple. If you've got a business profile, you can just go into your analytics and it's going to show you at which times of day and which days most of your followers are online. And I would aim to post around the peak time when most of them are online, so they can hopefully see your content and hopefully engage with it too. If you don't have a business profile, I think it's really easy to do. You can just go into your settings and you can just convert your personal profile into a business profile. And I definitely recommend doing this if you're thinking of taking Instagram seriously and maybe you want to work with brands in future. This is going to be really, really useful for you. I don't know if there's a minimum threshold or something to get that. As far as I'm aware, it's pretty straightforward to do. And if you can't, then you can still post content and see what times that content works best. So maybe try posting something in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, maybe in the evening time. And that way you can kind of gauge when your audience is most interactive with you, and then you can continue posting around that time. Now let's move on to my final point. Yes, we all know about hashtags, so using hashtags is definitely important and it can help you be found for those hashtags. People can also follow hashtags now. I tend to use about 10 hashtags max. I don't completely drown my post with hashtags. But one thing that I don't see that many people doing is using the location tag. So what you can do is when you're posting an image or video on Instagram, you can actually tag the location of where that image was taken, and that's going to help you get featured more in that locality. So for example, I'm here in Leicester, so I post lots of images that are taken in Leicester and I will tag those, and then I will be seen by more people in Leicester. And there's been actually quite a few occasions where I've been recognized in restaurants and things, and people will be like, oh, you SuperSaf from Instagram, not YouTube, from Instagram, because they are in Leicester and they've seen me featured on Instagram in the explore page or whatever, and that's because they're close by. So you are more likely to be featured in those locations if you use those location tags. So make sure you do that too. So those are my top 5 tips for growing your following on Instagram. I'm sure there's lots more tips as well. Do you have any tips? Definitely share those in the comments below. If you're not already, then be sure to also follow me on Instagram. I'm at SuperSaf. That's also going to be linked in the description below. I do try my best to post high quality content, and hopefully you will like it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. We've got lots more coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.